Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a clip using your iPhone's screen recording capability. This is an easy way to make clips if you're a beginner. So the first thing is there's this thing called the control center. I swipe up from the bottom and I see all these controls like airplane mode. The one we want here is flashing right now in red, but normally it would just be white, a white button. That is the screen recorder. So when we tap that, it will make the screen start to record. But I've already done it because I need to use it to make this video for you. But once we have our screen recording going, then we can go back here and we go to where our video is. In this case, I'm playing the video in the Brave browser. I happen to have it here and it's at the end right now. And I know I want to go back about 3 minutes. So I back up about 3 minutes here to where I think I'm good. And now I'm going to press play and it's going to record my video together with what I've been saying so far.
We love Gab. We love Gab. We just go through the office all the time saying we love Gab.
A bit of Steve Ballmer coming out right now.
But Rick says thank you so much for praying for him, and thank you for being on the Godcast with us today. You know, one of the most moving moments.
Notice that I tipped the screen here to make the video full screen.
Was the video clip that
Later we'll fix that.
Of you being baptized, and it actually brought me to tears watching that. Because I saw your journey, that for a while, you know, you were trying to find your way. You're trying to balance, all right, you know, where does this newfound faith take me in this libertarian world that I'm operating in? And then when I saw you being baptized and really making that commitment, it just encouraged me, and I hope it was an encouragement to a number of the people that saw that as well, that one individual, can make a truly unique difference in the world by taking the gifts and talents that have been invested in them, handing them over to the Creator God, and letting Him run with them. And I'd like to give you an opportunity right now, Andrew, to speak to the True News audience. We've got a lot of people, some of them, they're watching for the very first time, and they're looking at you, Andrew, and they're asking the question, here's a successful young man who is making a real difference in the world and is not compromising on his faith. How can they be uncompromising believers in this crazy mixed up world that we find ourselves in? What would you say to them, Andrew?
Yeah, well, first of all the glory goes to Christ for everything that we're doing here at Gab and everything that we've done and everything that we will do. You know, it hasn't been easy. And many times I felt like I'm off in the ocean, kind of floating and clinging to the cross alone. And that's really all that I needed at times, was just to cling to that cross and have Christ by my side and walk through me through the fires and the trials that Gab and myself and my family especially have been through in building this platform and building this community. You know, I think too many people, especially Christians, are you know, sunken in despair. It's very easy to, you know, be sunken in fear and despair and shame and you know, anger with the way that the world is going on. But we have to remember that Christ is king and he sits on the throne right now and we are his servants. So, you know, we need to start acting like it. The same exact, you know, saving grace and the same exact spirit and the power that rose Christ from the grave lives in us. So it's time to really start acting like it. And it's time to start proclaiming the gospel as we are, you know, commanded to, and start doing it boldly and not being afraid. So that would be my advice.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrew. And one more thing, before you send a Gab phone to Milo, you better send one to Rick first, okay? So I'm just saying that. All right.
Well,
so
for sure.
guys,
I'm sure that I can agree to that condition. That seems fair enough to me.
Well, but how can we support you? How can people support you and your mission and your vision for everything that's going on at Gab?
We're actually 100%, you know, funded by our users. So you can go pro at pro.gab.com, which allows you to get verified. You can get a Gab TV channel, a bunch of additional features. We also have a shop, shop.dissenter.com. We have hats, shirts, mugs, all sorts of good merchandise.
She sleeps in a Gab t-shirt.
Yeah, I have a Gab. Actually, I wear it out everywhere I can. You have great merchandise. Whoever, like, I don't know if you're designing them or if you have professionals, but your merch is awesome. I love it. I love my Gab shirt. I wear it everywhere. So.
Oh,
That's our
and
creative
the, and
director.
the newsletter you send out, I look forward to whenever I see it pop up in my email account. I go, oh, you got a message from Andrew here. I can't wait to see what he's got for me today. So that's another way to support is to sign up for the newsletter too and get informed with the latest going on with Gab. So.
Absolutely. Torba, thank you so much for coming on here, and thank you for everything you're doing for Christians, outspoken Christians, and for free speech in general in a world that wants to silence and shut us down. So we really appreciate you,
Thank you,
and we'll be
Andrew,
praying
yes.
for you as well. Okay?
Thank you, guys.
Thank
God bless.
you.
Bless you.
So at this point, I shut off the
Okay, so
screen
now the
recording
recording's
so that I
over.
can
I've
edit it with
tipped it. I'm going to
iMovie.
turn off
Then
this
I come
screen
back to
recording,
edit.
and then we will do the editing. So once our screen recording is running, we can go into iMovie, and I'm going to say, let me actually show you, let me leave iMovie and show you the home screen. I'll start iMovie. I'll hit the plus sign for a new project. I will say I want a movie. I'll go down here for later in the day, and this I happen to know is the 5 minutes and 42 seconds. I'll say create movie. I'll take a look at it and see how it's sideways here, the part I want to keep. So I'll swing it. With 2 fingers, I make the swing, and that turns it into a properly oriented video. So let's go first to the very end. We can, at the very end here, we can mark, do a split, and delete this right-hand section. And then we can go over to the beginning where he's talking about where our movie begins. I'm peeling by here. We'll come out to where we see that we're catching the part we want to catch. And here it is, turned the right way. We'll start it tipped a little bit here, just to see where we are. And I'll delete this first chunk as 1 minute and 8 seconds. We'll delete that. And then we'll see what we have here. I'm going to try and play it. This might interfere with the recording. Let's see.
Just go through the office all the time saying we love Gab. And so,
a bit of Steve Ballmer coming out right now.
But Rick says thank you so much for praying for him, and
Yeah, so at the beginning he's saying we love Gab, we love Gab. So let's go a little bit.
we just go through the office all the time saying we love Gab. And so,
a bit of Steve Ballmer coming out right now.
But Rick says thank you so much for praying for him, and thank you for being on the Godcast with us today. You know, one of the most moving moments that I had to experience here.
So I'm happy with this. This is good to go, good enough. So now I'm going to label it so I can tell what it is later. And this is going to be Christian Andrew Torba Godcast. And then once we get the title right, we're going to save the video, which we do with the export Godcast drop button there, and we start it exporting. This takes a while. Let's now show about publishing our finished video onto YouTube. Even though if you're making a really good clip, you might not be able to put it on YouTube because of the censorship. But this one I think won't get me banned, so I'm going to publish it. So we go to YouTube, and I'm logged in with an account, so I can add videos. It wants me to buy premium. No, I'm not going to buy that. I hit the plus sign here at the bottom of the page, bottom center, and I say upload a video. And I have to select more photos, so I give it permission here to grab this photo right here. Done. And now it's here. I select it.
We just go through the office all the time.
I say next, and I'm going to just say next and upload without answering any more questions. And now you'll notice in the lower right corner, there's a little, the thing that says library, and a little icon is flowing there. It will, when it's uploaded, I'm going to stop this recording. When it's uploaded, we'll be able to give it a name and make it public and all of that. So I'll stop the recording for now. Okay, we're recording again. I'm going to go into YouTube Studio, and that's where I can label my video and edit it and do those kinds of things if I want. So we look at videos here, and we have a new one uploaded. It shows today's date, June 10th, 2021. So we'll tap it,
and we'll say edit, and we'll give it a good name, which will be Christian Andrew Torba. We work with their nightmare software all the time, and this is from end of on channel that we must not name. Let's say, though it is June, let's say this happened between 8 and 10, 2021. So I can't really tell people too much more about this, and we can edit which thumbnail. I don't really like any of these, so I'm going to make a new thumbnail. Okay, I made a new thumbnail and I'm going to upload it. I didn't show you that part. Could make this public now. See if we burn the channel down and save.